Hey guys, D.Bowie here, and this is how OG.N0ta1l, EG.SUMAIL, and Newbee.Sceee fight with OD. So before I start this video, I know there are a ton of 4K players that watch my videos, and these guys probably know that OD is back into the meta but with a different build. The hero now focuses on maxing the Astral and the Aura, and most of the time they don't even learn the ult at level 6. Sometimes they only get 1 point in orb after level 9. So the hero is now more of a teamfight hero, being able to use the imprisonment to give time to his team to act, disrupt teamfights and deal a lot of AoE damage. And a lot of times the ult is not used to destroy everyone like we were used back a few patches ago. The ult, sometimes mainly in the mid game, is used to cut the mana early on teamfights. Well, this is just a quick breath of information for those who were not used to the new OD playstyle. So in this clip, EG.SUMAIL is laning against a TA, a hero that is very strong against OD, at least in the laning phase, and check how Radiant ends up getting a kill. They are both kinda low HP, and he uses a salve and immediately banishes the TA so he can heal safely. Unfortunately, the Oracle was hiding somewhere, waiting to gank the OD, so he feels like cancelling the salve, and because of that he doesn't actually channel the skill for a long time. And check how by only staying far back and A-clicking he gets the kill on the Oracle. OD is on the top 10 of base agility in Dota, and he can right click deceptively more than people give him credit for, even without his arcane orb. In this clip I actually think EG.SUMAIL misplayed a little bit. He ends up banning the Void, and right after the CM shows and just a little bit after the CM shows up. Even though the Mirana hits a good arrow on the Void, he is forced to go back and he Astral imprisons the TA instead of the CM. But if you pay attention, when he got slowed by the trap the first time, that was a recently placed trap. Had him banished the CM instead, he would probably got away with everything since the cooldown on level 1 trap is not that short. Check this engagement. The OD TPs, and usually at daytime the TA will definitely retreat if another hero TP'd in the lane, right after the mid laner. But the OD imprisonment really allows for rotations, and this is one of the biggest strengths of the hero in the early game. He's not that great in solo kills anymore, but he allows his team to be able to help when he wants kills. Check how the Omni only heals after the refraction is over. Maxing the Astral allows the OD to almost always be able to use another one during chases, and since the TA went for a very weird path to run away, another hero joins the engagement and they get the kill. Here we can see again the power of OD in skirmishes. The Astral can set up rotations and skill shots. The arrow easily gives them the kill on the Void. I actually think that part of OD being popular right now is that Mirana and Kunkka are also popular, and they are both skill shot heroes that work very well with OD. In this clip, the OD can TP in a very aggressive manner, even against a lot of lane creeps, and wait long enough to get 2 kills. The Astral on the Void buys time for the Omni TP, and luckily he gets there right after the refraction charges are over again, so there's no risk involved in the kill. A lot of players are going for the Hurricane Pike first on the hero, and most of the time the Dragon Lance is built before the Hurricane Pike. But sometimes, especially against heroes with a lot of slows or mobility spells like Void, the Force Staff can be a good choice, and it allows for a quick snipe on the Void without chance of him time walking again. In this other clip we see the power of the Shiva's Guard on the OD. A lot of times people go for items like Moonshard, Sight of Eyes, and all of these items have its merits on the hero. But Shiva's Guard not only is very good against right clickers and physical damage like TA, Sven and Faceless Void, but it hides a very strong component that a lot of people don't give credit for, especially now that Hurricane Pike is a top pick for most ranged cores, and I'll talk about it in just a minute. This clip shows one of the biggest struggles of OD. While he's more of a teamfight hero after the changes, he has trouble dealing with multiple heroes at the same time. In this clip he knows that he doesn't have repel, so he uses the Hurricane Pike on CM and tries to hit the Oracle. Unfortunately, he Glimmer Capes and the OD is forced to Astral Imprison the TA because she has a lot of damage and a Diffusal Blade. And even though he gets the Void, he can't deal with the TA and the CM at the same time, especially since he doesn't have Repel. Remember what I said about Shiva's Guard? Here we can see EG.SUMAIL with an invisibility rune. The AM ends up revealing this Van, and check how the Shivas allow him to have vision of this Van even at nighttime while he attacks with Hurricane Pike. The Dagger allows him to dodge the Stormbolt and he quickly solo kills Sven. A lot of heroes actually struggle with Hurricane Pike because sometimes you just can't have vision of whatever you're attacking, and the Shiva's Guard is very good, especially on OD, since he gets the benefits of the intelligence, since he's an intelligence hero, as well as he gets the vision. And of course the slow is very good to chase people. Here we see another minor mistake. He TPs to kill the backdooring Sven, and unfortunately he misclicks the Hurricane Pike, and instead of clicking the Sven he clicks himself. In the end he gets the kill, but maybe the barracks would have survived had him stayed a little far back to actually click the Sven with no chance of error. Now let's take a look on N0ta1l. Here we can see a very good play. He's getting ganked in the mid lane, and before he retreats he uses the Astral Imprisonment in a creep that not only deals damage to the Invoker that is actually going after the OD, but it gets him a last hit. When he is retreating, check how much attention he's paying. He gets cold snapped, and you can notice that the Invoker invokes another spell. Right after that, not only he changes his movement direction, but he also astrals himself to survive the Sunstrike. And eventually they get the Shadow Demon and the Invoker. In this clip, check how the Astral allows the Pit Lord to also TP and deal with the Aegis Legion commander. You can clearly see that the OD is scared of the Riki, so he stands pretty far back and doesn't try to get mixed up in the fight. The second Astral clips the Aegis. Usually when a hero like X or other initiators grab an ally, you want to ban the enemy hero, usually because the disables last less than the Astral duration, so your friends can run away before the enemy gets back from the Astral. But against a Legion, not only the enemy team can kill the Dazzle and still give damage to the Legion, but the duration lasts too long and Legion and your ally get immobilized, so it's just way better to 100% save your ally and leave the Legion there than actually Astral the Legion, leave your friend susceptible to dying and immobile. Sure enough, the Riki shows up, but since he was already retreating before the rock actually gets to him, it's easy for him to leave the smoke, drop the hammer and reap the benefits. Here we see another standard OD rotation. Since his allies are smart and TP'd right after he got there, he has enough time to Astral the Invoker and buy time for them to quickly snipe him afterwards. In this other clip, we see again one of OD's weaknesses. When he's dealing with multiple targets, he has to be way on top of his game and way ahead in net worth, or else he can be underwhelming. He tries to save the Dazzle from the duel, but he was too low, and then when he sees 3 enemies together, he gets tempted in ulting since he had 27 stolen intelligence. It was close to killing all 3 heroes, but not enough, and in my opinion, he took too long to Hurricane Pike the Legion commander. He would have probably died to the Riki, but he would have gotten the LC kill before dying at least. He also forgot to use his magic wand in the end, probably because he didn't expect the Riki to show at that exact timing. Here we see the OD saving the Dazzle again. Had he banished the Legion commander, that Sunstrike and any other spell would have gotten the kill. After the disruption, he doesn't panic. He right-clicks a little, and even though the Sanity's Eclipse is kinda underwhelming, you have to remember that you also clip the enemy's mana, which is something very big. He saves the Astral very well to the end, and with a good blink, he can reposition and get the Earth Spirit. This wraps up for today. If you enjoyed this video, please guys give it a thumbs up. If you want to see Newbee.Sceee OD analysis, check the link in the description. I can't overstate how this video wouldn't ever be possible without the huge help from the Pugna guys, so show them some love. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to it. I'm making videos like this almost every day, and I'm sure something here will spark your interest. He just popped, he ends up being in range for the second raise, and only then the Shadow Fiend pops the rune, and check how he refrains from attacking since he still has the laser debuff on. Unfortunately, to land the raise, he ends up having to be in tower attack range and ends up dying before killing the Tinker. Had he a raindrop or a magic stick, he would have probably gotten the kill first. In this other kill, the Lion ends up playing pretty bad and giving the kill, but he ends up serving as a bait to Miracle, since he had